I'm Shawn Hansen. You're watching Shawn Hansen's Comedy Corner. Tonight I have a comedian. She's a hysterical comedian, a fine singer. Let's have it for Anne-Marie King. Hello. Anne-Marie King, everybody. She's going to sing and do her...
I love to be unhappy. I live to be in pain. When days are full of sunshine, I'm looking for the rain. I love to have a headache. I'm happy with a cold. I'm looking for a problem. Why wait until I'm old? They say that no one's happy with anything they've got. And just when things seem wonderful, you think of how it's not. And so when fortune's smiling on the ladder to success, if you set your mind to thinking, you can really make your life a mess. I always send my steak back. My life is overdone. I have to be quite careful that I don't have any fun. And here's the part where my downstairs neighbors get really annoyed and turn the power off. So I have to just listen to the music in my head. This is the only step I know. Even when I'm tapping, happy hopping to the beat, I know I'll get fat ankles and ugly muscles in my feet.
Wow, that was very good.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Very good.
I'm so nervous. I'm really happy. I'm really worried about taking my shoes off. I have to take my shoes off, otherwise I'll clack, clack, clack around every time I move.
Well, take your shoes off.
These are
I
real
took my
tops.
shoes off already.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. You didn't know the girl from Progressive did stand-up comedy. I've had so many people tell me I look like her, I had to go to therapy.
My shoes are actually right here. I just took them off.
Oh my God. You know what? I opened up my own company. It's
Yeah.
Regressive.
Regressive.
My friend had a tattoo of Obama put on his arm. Now his arm doesn't work.
Oh boy, that's good. So how are you today? That was a really nice.
Thank you. Hi,
have a really nice singing
thank you
voice.
very much. I'm really happy to be here. Actually, I'm a little anxious because I want things to go well. My mom thinks I'm anxious. My coworkers think I'm anxious. Do you think I'm anxious?
I don't think so. I don't.
Do you think I ask too many questions? Is there a law against asking too many questions? Do you like my shirt? Do you like my lipstick? Do you like my skirt? What about my shoes?
You have nice shoes.
Thank you. You said they
Those
were
are
better
nice
than
shoes.
boots, right?
Yeah, they are.
Do you think I look old? Do you think I look older? Do you think I look a week older than last week? Because I am a week older.
You are. That's true. Everybody is weak over.
I know what you're thinking. I should be on decaf. I am on decaf. Do you think I'm obsessing? Do you think I obsess too much? Because if I'm obsessing too much about obsessing too much, I have to start obsessing about not obsessing so much. I took 5 tranquilizers to calm myself down. Do you think they're working? I hope they're working. They may not work, but I hope they do. Do you think they're working?
They might be.
I know you know someone else like me and you don't talk to them either. Well, actually, you are talking to me. It's really hard being anxious in job interviews. I went to this job interview, and the guy asked me, how do you deal with difficult people? I said to him, I just met ya. You tell me. So I didn't get that job.
Oh, no. Then
Yeah.
you went to Plan B.
Yeah, I went to Plan B. Yeah. Plan B is I got a life instead. Yeah. No, I do have a job. Actually, my job is kind of weird. Like, this lady comes up to me my first week of work. Can you believe it? She says to me, you look like a deer in the headlights. I said, why don't you be a deer and get rid of your headlights? What I should have said is, you look like the cow that came to eat the deer and take all my grass. You fat pothead. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Just telling it like it is.
Now, are you single or do you have a boyfriend?
Actually, it's a funny story. So I went out with one guy, and on our first date, he was an hour late. Can you believe it? Then he says to me, I'm the pride of 3 generations. I said, too bad it took you 3 generations to get here. Have you ever seen the show The Bachelor? At the end, the bachelor says, thank you, ladies, for putting yourself out of your comfort zone. What he should have said is, thank you, ladies, for putting out. One guy I dated told me his parents raised him to be thrifty. Who says thrifty, right? So I drove to meet him at Starbucks. He expected me to pay for my own coffee. He said he was going to therapy to help him with relationships with women. You think his therapist would have told him that if you ask a lady out for coffee, you should offer to pay? Relationship 101? He didn't have enough money in his piggy bank.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyways, when I was dating in my 20s, Shawn, I used to think, I can do better. I can do better. I'll do better. Turns out I was wrong. I can't. I should have married the loser when I had a chance. After I begged him to propose to me. When his mom kicked him out. One guy I dated told me he could have made more money all these years in private industry, but he wanted to have a life. After all, he's been living with his parents. You know what? They say you'll meet a guy when you least expect it. I say you'll meet a creep when you least expect it. You're out at a bar, right? You're trying to have fun with friends. And this creepy guy keeps looking at you. He's too old for you two anyway, that's beside the point. So friends say ignore him, but you can't because he's in your peripheral vision. So I start to walk away. But then he sees the biggest part of me, which is my butt, and that's even more awkward. And he's not even trying to look at it, but it's just so huge, you can't help it. So I start to walk away, but I can't have the last thing he sees be my butt. So I say, look, if I'm looking at you, and I look at you, look at me, then look away. So now I wear horse blinders, which really sucks when you're driving. Then I get stopped by a cop. He said, do you know why I stopped you? I said, who said that? He said, I'm over here. I turn around. He said, do you know why I stopped you? I said, don't you know either?
You should know why I stopped you.
Yeah. And then I started wearing a scuba mask. And now all the hippies hit on me. So I can't win. I put an ad online, actually. I tried to be completely honest. I said, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. Instead, I met a guy who has 5 kids and a sweet tooth. Don't get me wrong, when I get married, I would still work on my relationship with my mother. We'll get to that later. Anyways, I did have some other boyfriends before, but... Hold on one second. I'll tell you about it. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. I've been married, and often I've sighed. I'm never a bridesmaid. I'm always the bride. I never divorced them. I hadn't the heart. Yet remember these sweet words, till death do us part. I married many men, a ton of them, because I was untrue to none of them, because I bumped off every one of them to keep my love alive. Sir Paul was frail, he looked a wreck to me. At night he was a horse's neck to me. So I performed an appendectomy to keep my love alive. Sir Thomas had insomnia. He couldn't sleep at night. I bought a little arsenic. He's sleeping now, all right. Sir Philip played the harp. I cussed the thing. I crowned him with the harp to bust the thing. And now he plays where harps are just the thing to keep my love alive. I keep my love alive. I thought Sir George had possibilities, but but his flirtations made me ill at ease. And when I'm ill at ease, I kill at ease to keep my love alive. Sir Charles came from a sanatorium and yelled for drinks in my emporium. I mixed one drink, he's in memoriam, to keep my love alive. Sir Francis was a singing bird, a nightingale, that's why I tossed him off my balcony to see if he could fly. Sir Athelstane indulged in fratricide. He killed his dad, and that was patricide. One night I stabbed him by my matricide to keep my love alive. I keep my love alive.
Wow, very good.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. Sorry. So, anyway.
Are you related to Stephen King?
No, but it's interesting you ask that. No, I'm not related to Stephen King. I think I'm my own, star in the making. But
Anne Marie King?
Yes. But people have asked me that.
Did you start comedy in 2008?
Yes, I did. I started taking comedy in 2008, and I guess it was just natural for me to get into comedy. I have so much material. And when some guy, he emails you, nice profile, let me know if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. And you look at his well, not you, but me.
I get the girls.
You get the girls? Well, that's good.
I got a girlfriend, though, so I'm all set.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Just in case she's watching.
Yeah, that's right. No, I'm not. That's not. Anyway, so I just wanted to tell you a story. So when some guy emails you, nice profile, let me know if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. And you look at his profile, and one of his 2 sentences says he wants a girl who's athletic, who works out, and is in shape.
Yep.
And I think, oh, good. I'm redundant. I know the politically correct thing to do is to email him back.
Yep.
Right back at you, nice profile. But what I really want to say is that your forehead? Why is it so big? Have you ever thought of renting your head out as a billboard? But inadvertently, I usually wind up sending my standard regret message, which is, are you that creepy guy who keeps leering at me when I get my morning coffee with a Marx Brothers mustache and the unibrow and the 5-inch bifocals? And you're just too scared to talk to me because you think I'll flip the bird and run the other way? And now you're stalking me online? You crazy freak! So I don't date too much.
Yeah.
My friends do say I'm too picky. I met a guy online from New Hampshire. I hope he's not listening. Oh my God. He's 42. He has 10 huge video game machines in his house, like the big old-fashioned ones. Guess what he does for fun?
What?
Every weekend, he goes to the arcade.
Oh, wow.
He's the world record holder in centipedes.
Oh, boy.
That doesn't work for me. I don't like bugs. He said, I'll pick you up in my Volkswagen. I said, that's a bug, too. So he said, I'll pick you up in my work car. So he picked me up in his car. It was a hearse.
Oh, no.
The license plate said, game over. And I said to him, yes, it is. Oh, actually, there's another story. Yeah. So one guy I met at a party, he told me, well, actually, I'm scared to say it, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm too scared. Anyways, but my mom, well, my mom is a funny story. She's a character, right? She thinks all the guys I meet are married. Did you ask him if he's married? He sounds married to me. Mom, I already asked him twice. I'd ask him again. Are you married? I bet he's married with 2 kids somewhere. You mark my words. Did he call you from an unrestricted number? Where'd you meet him? What's his name? Is he from this area? Does he wear a Band-Aid over his left ring finger? Because if he does, you know he's married.
He's hiding something.
And I can't win. Because if he's not married, she says, how old is he? And he's never been married.
What does he do for work?
That's odd. Does he live with his mother? Are you sure he's not gay? Then I met a married gay guy who lives with his mother. I told him my mom told me I was going to meet a guy like him. My mom's a psychic. My mom, she gives me bags and bags of used red lipstick, like 50 shades, and they're all bright red. I'm like, Mom, no one wears red lipstick. This is Boston, not Las Vegas. I don't care what anyone does. It looks good on you. Don't you want to be an original? Mom, Strawberry Shortcake and Jack in the Box are originals, but I don't want to look like them. Why does she give me red lipstick? Does she think I'm less pretty than I used to be? Is she worried I can't attract a boyfriend without her old red lipstick? How old is this lipstick? What if this lipstick has expired? What if I get a disease? What if it doesn't wash off? Will I have to get a job as a mime? No wonder I'm anxious.
It washed off right on the cup.
Yeah. So one day, last summer, I was walking in Boston with my bright red lipstick. It was scorching hot. I was talking to a nice guy, and I asked him if he was married. Turns out, he was an undercover cop. He almost arrested me. He thought I was not a nice girl because of my red lipstick. Another thing she says is, no wonder I'm single. She goes, that'd be it for me. Mom, he smokes. That'd be it for me. Mom, he drinks coffee while crossing the street. That'd be it for me. I'm hoping one day she says, honey, I have somebody I want you to meet. I can't, Mom. I'm out of your red lipstick. He's a millionaire. That would be it for me. Yeah, I had a really bad date. He called me overweight, and I told my mom about it. She yells at me. You shouldn't let anyone insult you, stupid. Oh my God, yeah, my mom is a nice person. I think she means well, but she's really a character. And then she calls me up a few days later. This was after Whitney Houston. Anyway, she says, well, you know, Anne-Marie, I will always love you. I'm like, Mom, now you're just trying to sound cool because Whitney Houston died. And it's like I've been having a ringing in my ears. I told my mom about it. And I said, Mom, this ringing in my ears, it's like tinnitus in my left ear. I go, it's driving me crazy. And she goes, she tried to be funny herself. She said, well, you're always saying you want people to call you. You said nobody ever calls you. And then I called her. I'm like, Mom, I really need to talk. She goes, not now. I'm like, but Mom, I'm really upset. I really need to talk. Not now. I'm watching Young and the Restless. I'm like, well, I'm young. I'm restless. She goes, okay, restless, but come on, young. I swear to God, between that and, well, I told you a little bit about my job, but yeah. So then my boss, he takes me aside, he goes, well, people think you're intense and brusque. And all this time, I thought nobody liked me. Intense, I know what that is. That's where the Indians live. And brusque is a region in Italy. Yep. I've always wanted to go to Italy. I think comedy does run in my family because my nephews, they're only like 11 and 9, and they're already writing jokes for my act. Like my nephew said I should say something like, oh, my name's Anne-Marie King, you know. I'm a clean comic. I tell some pretty good jokes, although I haven't taken my monthly shower. That's pretty clever, right? Yeah, it's only 11. And my other nephew, he said, well, you should tell a joke like, well, you know, I was lonely, so I got a pet squirrel, but I had to get rid of it because it went nuts. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a hard time with you know, dating and stuff, but.
So dating, you're talking about your mom, you're singing, tap dancing.
Oh yeah, and you know what? The thing about dating is you can't give up hope about that, you know? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna sing one more song if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
You didn't hear me.
We can go to the wide shot.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time I'll be lucky. He will hold me fast. I'll be, oh, sorry, for the first time. Love won't hurry away. He will hold me fast. I'll be home at last. Not a loser anymore, like the last time and the time before. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gotta happen, happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. All the odds are in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gotta happen, happen sometime. Maybe this time, maybe this time I'll win. Thank you.
Another good song.
Thank you
Sensational.
very much.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I gotta stop this now. Okay, great. Well, thanks for sorry.
Not over yet.
Yeah, thank you for letting me sing. You know.
Sure.
So
You have a great voice.
thank you. I really like that song. So.
And this was written on paper, but you do have a good voice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot. I mean, I really, all my life, you know, I've really loved to make people laugh, and I've loved music. And my mom was actually a professional entertainer.
Oh, yeah?
So when
Was
I
she a
saw her
comedian,
growing
or-
up, well, she really was very funny.
Yeah.
And like when I used to have friends come over, like my mom's a character, you know, and she's just naturally kind of funny. And I think that's why it's easy to write jokes after I see her. You know, it's like even like a few weeks ago, she's like, you know, there was too bad, God bless them, those girls got attacked in some, you know, Cambridge, and I work in Cambridge, and she's like, Anne-Marie, you should buy the book, The Gift of Fear. It's all about going by your instinct. I'm like, but Mom, you've already given me that gift. You know, it's like the jokes just come naturally. But I know she loves me, but she actually, I saw her, I grew up seeing her like entertain a crowd, like at Christine's and Dennis on the Cape. You know the Cape, right?
Yep.
Because you said you have a house in, so remember, you know, Route 28, there used to be a restaurant, function hall.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm nervous, I didn't mean to point, and it's called Christine's. And I saw her, I would grow up seeing her like really be able to kind of sell a song. Like she never even took a singing lesson, but she just sang songs like A Good Man Is Hard to Find, and like Making Whoopee, you know, My Man. And it just kind of drew me into that whole, you know, scene to be able to entertain people and make them happy and bring them, you know, to another world and bring them joy. And so I guess she kind of inspired me. And my dad was also he had a beautiful voice, but he was like a criminal lawyer, and he was captain of state police, but he used to sing songs around the house that were kind of funny, like When the Saints Come Marching In. And
Now, when you grew up, did you take singing lessons or act in high school?
Yeah, but it's like funny. It's like even singing lessons, if you can believe it, make me anxious. Like my voice teacher, sometimes I go to her, and she's a good voice teacher, and I like her a lot. But like I've been taking for a while, but when I was younger, I just sang, and I didn't know what I was doing, and people said I had a pretty voice. But the more you take lessons, it's like going to a doctor. You know, the doctors are like, you have something wrong with you. Before you were like, oh, I'm happy as a clam. I didn't know I had anything wrong with you. And then they're like, well, you're too anxious. Calm down. It's like, you're the one who told me I have a problem. Why did you just leave me alone? It's like my voice teachers are trying to help, but they tell you what you're doing wrong. So when you're singing, you think of those things instead of just singing, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's kind of tough about when you start studying. You want to learn how to use your voice and sing different songs, but then like it almost like makes you too anxious. Like my voice teacher she said, well, I've been telling you these exercises, you know, for years. I'm like, well, then I'm not at Carnegie Hall, so you better give me some new ones, right? Anyway, so
I got a segment called Out of the Blue Questions.
oh yeah, Out of the Blue. It's like there's Out of the Blue Gallery in Cambridge. Do you know that?
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
That's a good place. Maybe I should do my show there.
Yeah,
it's like a little hole in the wall, little gallery, right?
Yep.
It's right near Mass Ave, and it's near Prospect Street, right? Yeah, I wonder, I should call them. Maybe they'll call me after this.
Yeah, they probably
I just gave
will.
them a plug.
Yeah.
So.
I think there's one in wherever it is.
Yeah.
Rockport or something. I went up there a few months ago.
Oh, really? They have comedians there?
I don't think so, but I was just sightseeing and I saw the store there.
Okay,
So
cool.
I was like, I have an Out of the Blue segment.
Yeah.
So these are questions that don't make sense and don't connect to each other.
Okay.
And first Out of the Blue question I have is, you grew up on the Cape.
Yes.
So during the summer season, what is going through your mind because of all the tourists coming to town?
Oh.
And what do you think?
Well, I'm just thinking, it's funny because my mom again is a character. So she like used to, one of my first jobs, I was a waitress at Friendly's. And I used to have a really mad crush on this guy from Dallas called Timothy Patrick Murphy. He used to play Charlene Tilton's boyfriend. And he had the most beautiful eyes. And I wrote him a fan letter. And he wrote me back. He goes, your letter was so cute. I mean, right? Because you know, can you believe it? I wrote a cute letter, right? And so, so he wrote me back, and he goes, sometimes I go to the Irish pub in Dennis. What's the name of the Irish pub? Right near the river. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Old Irish pub or something.
Yeah,
and so one time, I thought I saw him as one of my customers.
You went up to him and talked to him?
Well, I was too scared, and he was with a guy, and I'm just like, oh no. And then I heard he died of AIDS. But anyway, the bottom line is you never know who you're going to meet in the Cape. And so in the summer, it was fun because I got to swim all day when I didn't have to work. And you know, my mom would complain about the tourists because she'd have to drive me to work before I got a car, but you know, whatever. But I love to swim and I love growing up in the Cape. It's such a cool place to grow up. And so my mom, one of the piano bars she used to sing at was near the paddock. It's called Dunphy's or something. And she'd sing, and sometimes I get up and do an act with her, and it's like I would love to sing with her now. And she's just physically, it's hard for her to get around, but we used to sing this song together. And Daddy, I want a diamond ring, bracelets and everything. Kind of goes with my sugar daddy joke. But and and it's like, so I think the summer is like the best on the Cape because the weather's always so beautiful. And
do you go back there nowadays?
Yeah, definitely. I go to visit her, and sometimes we do go to karaoke, and she gets a bigger hand than me because she's just she's just really a good singer. But I mean, I get a good hand too, but you know.
So you So you perform down there?
Well, I haven't gotten a gig there yet, but I do Joey Maria's Comedy Italian Wedding, and we've done gigs there. So I've done it with the cast of Joey Maria's Wedding,
So you have your website, because we're running out of time.
Oh, okay.
You have your website on Google, sites.google.com/site. It's up on the TV right now.
Great.
Sweet Cabaret Girl.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about what's on your website before we go.
Sure, I have photos, I have my resume, I've done a lot of different things. I've done acting, I've done a little bit of extra work, like I saw Mel Gibson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was an extra in a film, and he was there with his feet up on the table smoking a cigarette. But anyway, you know, funny stories like that. But yeah, I've done a lot of, I just love to perform, and I love the creative opportunities you get as an actress and as a comedian now, and a singer. So yeah, so there's photos, there's a resume, there's a little bit of a YouTube clip. Maybe I'll put this one on. There's a MP3 of me singing. You can book me. There's my schedule, everything.
All right, so for more information about Anne Marie King, not related to Stephen King.
Not related to Stephen King, even though I sang that song about killing my husbands.
Go to that website and check her out on Facebook, Anne Marie King, A-N-N Marie, M-A-R-I-E-K-I-N-G.
Great.
I'm Shawn Hansen. Have a